winter. Anybody that's really familiar with RimWorld's just going to know this, but generally when you try to travel and it's winter, basically any distance, if I said to travel to there, right? If I said slap me a caravan up to there, yeah? So it reckons estimated travel times a day, 0.71 days kind of thing, right? So it's almost 2 days, right? But the thing is that if I actually did that in winter, it's almost double the time. So it basically means that I have to take twice as much resources. I have to have twice as much of basically everything, which is really fucking frustrating. It just ends up being like a serious fucking waste of resources, and the movement is slow and my people can get frostbite and get sick. There's not a good time to move in winter. Now what I am going to do though, I'm going to start pulling up some of the floors around this place. Any of these wooden ones, because by the time they take it down over winter and bring it back up over the next fucking season, it won't be enough. It will not be fast enough for it to be a problem. And it will give me a fucking massive surplus of wood. Think, guys. Making puns about how much wood I can have. I could have made that worse. I could have made that so much worse. Alright. Cut all that. I'm going to tame me some horses because we're a bit low on horses. Also, how are you guys going with my pen? It looks complete. It looks like it's okay, so I'll release you guys. Go mingle, do whatever you're doing, yeah? Okay, so now they'll get to the food once they're hungry enough to. Love how, like, some of them are just going to eat the grass. Like, straight up, they're just going to clear out whatever grass is here. And it's good that they're doing that, because I'd rather them do that than go straight beelining in there for the food. That's for winter. It's really good to see this, that they're all going straight for it, but it also means that most of them were hungry to begin with. Like, needs. They've only just got up that high. What are you doing, Rick Jolly? You're just wandering around in a mental state. Insulting spree. Lovely. Alright, how you guys going? You're down to 4, 10, 17. There shouldn't be 4 people in one room. That's not okay. I'm going to have to remove some beds. You are within recruitment parameters. You definitely are. I'm going to start getting some people soon. I didn't even know what half of these people have got to offer. A mare self-tamed. Good. Fucking save me some time and resources. That's the only ones that I actually want to take the fucking time to self-tame. It's always like a rat or a fucking squirrel or a pig or some random ass animal that I didn't really need in that moment that decides to join. See, you are. Some of these guys are like ready to go. I think some of the ones that I fought originally kind of went back to it really easily, and some of them didn't. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some of these extra rooms. Let's get rid of extra bed. I want to make sure that there's only so many fucking people in each room. There's 20 people, by the way. Each room can only house about, well, each circle in total combined is 8. So I am kind of pushing it for that. But get rid of you 2 and get rid of you 2. Alright, that should push, I hope, some of these guys over into the other area. I should see somebody come in here eventually and pick them up, because there should be just a 3. These ones already had beds, except for that one didn't. And this room, none of those 3 beds had one. So hopefully we'll have enough. Might just put a spare bed up in here just for fucking in case. Put a spare one there. There we go. Just in case I fucking undercut it by any sense, because it should be 16 in total, and I'm going for 10. 16 of these around the place, these beds, right? Not these ones. What was that? Masterwork. We get a wool armor chair. Nice. I didn't think we had wool armchairs, but okay. Are we talking about these? Where are they? These things? Is that what got made? Did somebody destroy one? It could be one of these wool armchairs. Yeah, it's probably one of these things. Okay. The only thing I want to do next time is I want to make it that these rooms are a little bit more insulated. So on this designs that I went with this place, the big thing that I went with was more design aesthetic for large colony. What I didn't actually do was practicality of like bedrooms and stuff, because in all of my original bases, I always had triangular bedrooms, and that's great. But when you get to so many people, so many fucking hundreds of people, you do get to a point where you actually need to have like fucking like straight line fucking beds, or if like allocated so much space, because each room is supposed to have 7 squares of space to make them happy, which is a lot to fucking ask for. Like 7 times the 180 odd here, it's a lot of fucking space. So what I'll end up probably having, I'll probably end up having like some level of beds at the edge of like each more or less like space of the overall like base, right? And then I'll have probably some level of medical areas. I probably would like 3 to 4 kind of sectioned off medical spaces across it. So it's kind of, you can't go anywhere without being able to be close to one or another medical area. That would be really great. I would like maybe a centralized food management area. And I don't really give 2 shits about storage. It could be somewhere. I'll figure that shit out later. But in amongst it all, I'll have to figure out food, because, as I said, this is my biggest colony I've ever had now. Thank you. That was punctuating a sentence that didn't need it punctuating. Asora was huge. It was fucking 178 people. And to now be at 186, like, it's crazy, because the funny thing is, if anybody new comes in, I say this is my largest colony, they'll have no fucking idea that it's now only just hit my largest colony. It was previously my second largest. Humphrey's got some inspiration. Nice. Yeah, alright. You guys are doing good with your animals. I haven't sped this up at all today, because I've just been kind of like trying to keep up, make sure everything's done. They will look after them. But I can probably speed it up safely now. Now everybody's been tended to in the hospital. All the storage is allocated. The only thing I haven't done is this fucking little piece of shit right here. Get this shit outside the door. Like, somebody please take the time to please move that fucking thing out of the door. I'll wait. I could take your time, people. Dan's inspired for fucking recruitment, mate. We got 20 prisoners. Get in there. Am I good at fighting? What, in the game or in person? Like some clarity on that. In person. Not so much anymore. I have a lot of physical injuries and medical conditions and stuff, however. A lot has changed in the last 10 years for me, medically, physically. But prior to that, I did do advanced kickboxing, karate. I did do bodybuilding, weightlifting. I was a fucking lethal tank for kind of combat sports. So, yeah, up until I was injured, I was kind of like seriously athletic. Like, seriously very fucking athletic. Yeah, those were just my hobbies. That's not from what I heard. She could still fold me in half away, but I mean, if I'm pissed off enough, maybe I probably could. If I'm pissed off enough, I can bypass pain. That's the only downside, I guess, is that when I did all my exercise and stuff, there was a mindset that I learnt that was basically like, actually, I'm going to get rid of that there. So there's a mindset you learn when you do certain type of like sports and training and stuff like that, right? And the mindset is basically that you can push past pain. You can push past kind of like self-preservation in the moment kind of thing to keep doing the thing. So the thing with like weightlifting, for instance, or whatever, is your body is constantly telling you, I can't do it. And you have to tell yourself and believe that you can do it and do it. So that's the big thing with it. As for I guess as for like the kickboxing and stuff like that, I mostly just found that was fun. I mostly just enjoyed, I don't know. I guess it was kind of like a movement type of thing because I was doing all my weightlifting, so it kind of like kept me agile as well. You want to be a very strong. Want to be very strong grandma in the future? What, like grandma? Man, I'm not a grandma. Fucking hell, not that fucking old. But yeah, good ambitions to be strong in old age. That's it. Pissed off so much, bypass pain. You're secretly a barbarian from D&D. Look, I always honestly related to the Diablo 2 Amazon. I always really related to that chick. Just for like overall form and like the strength of it and stuff like that. Oh, we got Onesan's proposed fucking plenty to Peters and has asked him to join. He's going to join. All right. Hey, Peter. You really like strong old people. Honestly, strong old people scare the shit out of me. But yeah, I had always hoped to remain like in good health and strong and stuff like that. But the only thing was that I had a few medical conditions that kind of happened, and you don't really get a choice of that shit. They just happen. Drew has joined us as well. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff that took me out for ages. I got to a point where, so I went from like literally bodybuilding, able to carry the equivalent of 4 adult humans, to barely being able to carry a grocery basket or grocery bag. So that's the discrepancy that I had in injuries, medical conditions and stuff like that. I had a massive fall to get down to where I was. Not a literal fall, but like a metaphorical fall from where I was to there. It was a big drop. But, you know, stuff happens. I'm slowly getting, like, I'm always getting a little bit fitter. I'm always getting a little bit stronger. It's just a lot of fucking work. It's a lot more work now for me because when you're doing it all the time, because what I was doing was I was constantly working out. I was constantly doing stuff every day. So I find that taking a break and then trying again is really difficult, especially since I remember how good I was. And it's very hard to step back and objectively look at the situation as I am not that person I was then. And every small milestone that I do now counts and should be celebrated. That's the difference. It's very hard to kind of appreciate the small things that still happen now. Just because of where I was and the expectations that I have for myself are very high still. And they shouldn't be because I know I've come like so fucking far down from there. But yeah. Is it? Oh yeah, old person and their own type of strength. Is it? Never mess with a grandpa.
Fatality.
My god. Monkey, that fucking gopher is judging you so fucking hard. Everybody knows what you did, man. Not just because it's elder. Well. Oh my god. Welcome in, Monkey. Do you see your cat? I decided to put him like behind me in that corner because I figured he's like judging. He's judging everything at the moment. I think it's fantastic. Where was I at with this on? Researching. Yeah. I think I was working on Peters. I'll get to them all eventually.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy it, like sitting there, like judging, like keeping an eye out on everything. It will move around, by the way, like Triantha's one. It'll move around. It'll be up in my hair at some points as well. So I remember like seeing a very buff grandma on the bus and I was shocked. I think the other thing too, and in this day and age, it's more common for older people to have like a level of fitness to them. there's so when you get older, a waiver, and I mean like older than me kind of thing, like past your 35s, doctors start advising you that you should really lose as much possible weight as possible to make sure that you're the smallest body weight you can be. And what that basically is for is that if you have a fall or if you need medical emergency assistance, a medical personnel can pick you up and get you to safety, get you to appropriate care ASAP without struggling, without needing extra equipment or anything like that, without becoming a burden on any kind of the system. It's basically how they tell you it, which is just fucking delightful. Like, even if you're not overweight, that's what they fucking tell you. And you're like, wow, I feel like shit now. Thanks for that lovely conversation. But yeah, I started getting told that about fucking, I don't know, five fucking years ago. No, you honestly don't need to be skinny. All you need to be is in good health. That's all you actually need to be in, is good health. What that looks like for you may look completely different than what it looks like for me. So yeah, they just, sometimes doctors say it the wrong way. Make it sound stupid. Yeah, if you want to be fucking buff, there's no fucking problem with that. You can be a buff little old lady. Ain't no fucking problem with that. You can be a buff little old man too if you want to. It's perfectly fine as well. Okay, I fucking set up all these guys. It's good health. Your good health is gassy. Oh my god, monkey. Fucking hell. I just thought it was funny. A waiver's asking me about if I'm good at fighting, and the answer was that I used to be really good at fighting, physically in real life. But not anymore because of all my fucking conditions and stuff. I think these people are all daytimers. That should be fine. I said egg whites and broccoli for breakfast when I was a gym rat. Good God, man. Were you trying to kill the other people? Because that sounds like you were trying to kill the other people. It also depends too. If you're doing it as cardio, that stuff would have been pushing out constantly. If you're doing it as weightlifting, you might have been able to hold it for a while. But yeah, fucking, I don't fucking remember what I used to eat when I was going to gym. I think I was like, I don't know. I used to eat like pretty fucking exclusively just meat. But occasionally I'd have like just like a full fucking family size salad for dinner. With like tuna or something. I actually used to eat a lot more food than I do now. Now I'm not actually like going to gym. Like, I've got a little home gym. Nothing special. It's just like some basic weights. And I have got a treadmill. That was something I got years ago that I've had for fucking ages. Which is good because when my Crohn's kicked off, I couldn't really go walking outside. So inside walking was the way to go, where I'm inside and I'm safe and I could be near people. It's good. That's it. If you want to go buff, just prepare yourself, waiver, because you'll get stronger and slimmer, but your weight might still show a bigger number. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, is if you're trying to like look at a number as being a small weight number, if you have a lot of muscle mass, you're not going to be a lightweight. That was at least one thing. Like, I was proportionately, like, when I was doing all my weightlifting, right, and talking about when I was at my fucking fittest muscular size, right, I was quite lean. I still had like a really nice like little layer of fat over me, so I didn't look like I was like just fucking ripped. I still looked very feminine and everything, but I was heavy as shit with that. It was one of those things where like I'd get weighed occasionally at the gym and they'd be like, you're in a really great fucking weight range for your body size and for like your muscle mass. Like, we've seen what you do. Don't fucking stress about it if you're this weight, because like you're fucking fit as. Is it eggs and broccoli for breakfast, salad and protein shakes for lunch, chicken, broccoli and rice for dinner for years. The rice with the chicken and broccoli would be really good though. I just wish I could have been better at cooking like rice and shit when I was younger. I probably would have eaten more of it, but then again, I probably also wouldn't have burnt it off as easily as all the fucking just plain meat that I ate. So I looked good. I missed my prime self. I was so happy, lol. Man, I just miss my muscles. That's all I miss. Is it no dressings, empty calories? Oh man, I remember fucking one personal trainer being like, I had one who went into the dietary stuff with me, and she was fucking hilarious. Oh great, hi drone. This is gonna be great. They're gonna slaughter each other. Yeah, so she went, she went like super detailed into food, which I did kind of need a bit of guidance on that because I didn't exactly get like clarity growing up as to like what was fucking healthy, like beyond obvious stuff. And she's like, oh, in all of your salads, you've got to remove the dressing. I just had like this vinaigrette stuff in like, I had like lovely Mediterranean salads, right? And she was like, you got to get rid of you got to get rid of the dressing. And I'm like, how's about no? If I'm going to eat something, I might as well enjoy what it fucking tastes like. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, at least get rid of the sauce for the meats. I'm like, also no. I'm like, I would rather spend an extra hour a week working out to get rid of it just to enjoy my food. But yeah, I do fucking miss all my friggin' high intensity exercise. My weightlifting, my bodybuilding, fucking kickboxing, all that. I do miss it. Like, there's a lot of it that I can't physically do, like my spine and my hip is, well, my spine, hip, neck, they're all permanently injured. It's not like, I'm not, like, stuck in a chair or anything like that, right? I'm capable of walking and stuff, but I did require a fair bit of physio to be able to do that comfortably. Mate, you're downed, yeah? Rescue it. Yeah, I always could. I just had to fucking deal with so much fucking pain when I got my injuries and shit. And then after I recovered from that, then I got all my medical conditions. So it went from one to the next. So I never had a time in between where I could go from recovering to regaining my hobbies kind of thing. And even nowadays, I would have to go through swimming to get my joint strength up to be able to do any of the higher intensity stuff. I also used to play tennis too. I fucking forgot to mention that. Except I was ambidextrous, so I wasn't allowed to play competition stuff because I kept swapping back and forth. You're not supposed to swap which hand the racket's in, but I'm fucking ambidextrous. It made no matter to me, but apparently it makes me a strong right hand or some shit like that. I don't know. I played it left-handed. I play everything fucking differently. Recruitment at Costa. Nice. Yeah, alright. It's too OP. This is why Shadow said before that apparently, even now, I could probably still snap him in half. I said it's only if I was like really mad, I could probably snap somebody in half because I can bypass the pain and just absolutely fucking Hulk out. But back then, like, I was the person that most people asked to come over and help move stuff or carry things that were 30, 50 kilos because they were not heavy to me. I'm not exaggerating. The weightlifting that I used to do, the leg press type stuff that I used to do was 400 kilo leg press. My arms was weak. It was only like 55 to 60 kilo arm press, bench press, whatever. But I was really fucking strong. That's why I said like it was such a fucking drop from that when I got injured. And I went down to barely being able to hold a fucking grocery basket or grocery bag just because of how and where I got injured. Pretty much if you take out the spine, neck and hips, you don't have anything to kind of work with out of interest. So if you still have your upper body strength, right? If it's not like a problem with your back or your hips, you can kind of shift one to the other sort of spot and compensate. But because I fucked over all three spots at the same time, I had nowhere to compensate. It was just shit. It was a lot of fucking recovering bed rest stuff. It's stupid. Years, not quite years, but actual months of fucking laying in bed. Fucking sucked. I got very used to looking out my fucking window upside down though. That was the thing. That was kind of fun. You guys can take all my stuff. Take it. You want to buy everything. Monkey's judging you too. Look, he's fucking overseeing this whole conversation. You see a little cat? It's Monkey. He's watching. He's making sure this trade-off's fair. I honestly think it's hilarious that you got a little cat thing. I've moved it around. Oh, by the way, fucking in case I haven't mentioned, I'm playing Doom tomorrow night. So that's random night. Just in case anybody's interested. What's up, Aweva? What's the new question? Aweva has some of the best questions. You guys can maybe buy some wood. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's some good shit right there. Most people enjoy the questions that you ask the waiver. I'll tell you what, I won't sell the wood. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can get some of your animals, because they'll just go straight to slaughter. Yeah, a few people like the random questions that you ask me. Well, they're normal questions, but they're just so out of the blue. I think that's what people like about them. Okay, so it's about... Wait, how did that change it so it was different? Oh, I was fucking selling it. Yeah, go back. Yeah, see, Shadow fucking loves your questions. How did I fuck up that sale? Get the donkeys out of there. See, that's giving me money, right? Oh, because I was buying it. I get it. Don't mind me, I'll fucking figure it out. I really like... Monkey! Look, if nothing else, you're overseeing the whole fucking bartering process right then. And keeping fair judgment on it. And trade in the game? Yeah, I do. That's what I was just doing then. I really wish, though, that it had got rid of this shit out of my door. You know what, guys? I'm gonna... Can you sell ice? Not in this game, not without mods. I want to copy that. So I'm sure that there is mods that allows you to have that. But I don't have it. This is still vanilla game. No DLCs. I've only got 6 mods, and that doesn't allow it. I'm going to see if these people, now that I put this little tiny spot here, I'm going to see... I know this is impossible to think, but maybe, just maybe, they might get that the fuck out of my fucking door. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see it right here. We'll fucking watch it right here when somebody fucking does it. I don't know what's going on with the rest of my map, but this is what's going on right now. Is it? Yeah, I'd buy some ice. The weather is just unrelenting. I always sell ice to traders in Dwarf Fortress because it will melt when they get home. Oh, that's so fucking mean, Waiver. That's hilarious, though. Just mean as shit, though. So calm down, Christoph. What? Yeah, kinda. That's kind of what it is. You're playing Dwarf Fortress? Yeah, no, Awaiva plays Dwarf Fortress. So Awaiva came in on one of my art streams and has been like a fucking huge supporter of that. Kind of like got me to do that. Awaiva was also the one that encouraged me to sing for you guys. So without them, that wouldn't happen. Oh, that ain't happening, Rush. And yeah, they also do play fucking Dwarf Fortress as well. So there's that. Yeah, you did. I love how, like, a lot of the time you don't tend to remember the conversations, but I do. I always find that hilarious. Is it? Wow, here I was thinking Awaiva was a nice person. Welcome to the club. Awaiva, pitchforks go in the corner. Oh, he's going to get in there. He's going to fucking shoot him too, or he's going to beat him up with that. Come on, guys, get in there. Take him down, take him down. Thank you. God damn. Poor Sloan. Poor Sloan's just trying to fucking hang out. You go rescue this bastard. And also take the gun out of the prison, yeah? I heard stories of Dwarf Fortress and was very curious. Took me so long to learn. Yeah, I got to the point where I wanted to play, but the problem is that to learn to play the game, I needed time where I either needed people to help guide me or I needed the free time available to play it and get good at playing it. So I kind of didn't have either. I didn't have the time, and I made like a call out for help and stuff like that to arrange it, and I got nobody turned up for that, which was unfortunate. That's it. Do not like the new one. Time. I'll be back. Wait, but Aprillics not going to play it again. She quit and life is terrible. Lol. Your monkey's still raging out about the fact that I won't still play Dwarf Fortress. What the fuck? Oh, there's a trade ship. Oh yeah. Nice. Get in there. No, stop trying to trigger the fucking vibe. I will move that. Yeah, no, Monkey came in for my Dwarf Fortress stuff as well. It's where I kind of first met Monkey. But yeah, I was just so fucking awful at it. I tried so hard to play it. I tried really hard to play it, Monkey. I really did. And when I tried to play in my like spare time and stuff, I just didn't have enough time to casually learn. And I kind of fucked up by letting a lot of my time get away from me. So at the moment I'm up around like 70 hours. I'm trying to take that back down to like 50, 55 hours where I'm not like, where I'm not kind of like overspending myself. This is with the trader that's going over the top, so it should be all right. I'm meaning to ask, where did that promise stream went? Yeah, so you were away. I think you were away for your camp, and I was discussing it, and even a couple of weeks after you came back, I was still calling out, asking to organize it and stuff like that, but I was getting no comments, no reactions to stuff, so I made a decision on that to stop playing it, at least for now. I just don't want people to be expecting that from me. I want people to understand that that's not something to expect from me at the moment. If I play it sometime in the future, fine, I might, but please don't expect that of me now. I don't have enough time to learn the game. I want to, I just don't. Yeah, so that whole channel and everything in Discord's become invisible too. So it's still there in case I ever like take it back up again, but I just don't want it getting spammed in the meantime.